Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is another of my short stories from the book I'm working on called Dark. Stories about topics that people don't like to talk about. This one is called Down. Both of my helicopter's engines died, and I crashed on a snow-covered forested mountaintop over Bhutan. The chopper burned, but miraculously I escaped unharmed, but with no food nor water, and it was freezing, and I was in the middle of a blizzard. I looked down in all directions and saw a dot of light a few miles down. Could it be a house? What was the best route down? There were no paths. I started down, and the snow got steeper, deeper, like 2 feet deep. I goose-stepped back up. Finally, what I thought were silly exercises in boot camp came in handy. I tried a different route. For maybe 20 steps it seemed good. Then I felt the front of my boot not touch anything. One more step and I would have been off a sheer cliff. I thought it was safest to crawl back up. Finally, I got lucky. Step after step seemed solid. The dot of light had become larger. But the blizzard got worse, and I couldn't be sure what would happen with each next step. Step, fine. Step, fine. Step, fine. Then step and crunch. My boot had broken through ice into frozen water. I stepped back and saw that it seemed like a small lake. Another disaster averted. But now my boot was sopping and freezing. Would I get frostbite and need my toes, even my foot amputated? That pushed me to go faster. The blizzard had become so thick that I could no longer see the light. But what I did see was, on the snow, a small pile of brown. I leaned down. Dung! I couldn't imagine wild animals living up there. I continued on, and soon I could see what the light was. It was a house, with white smoke coming from the chimney. I knocked on the door. A woman answered, and I saw what that brown was. Dog poop. I explained what had happened, and she handed me her cell phone. I was surprised she didn't invite me in. I obviously was frozen, and Bhutan is supposed to have the world's highest gross domestic happiness. But I guess the woman was scared of, or at least put off by, seeing a man in a singed U.S. Marine Corps uniform. So I gratefully took the phone and called the nearest Marine base, Khanabad, Uzbekistan. The person there said that someone would pick me up soon in, yes, a helicopter. I knocked on the door to return her cell phone, and yes, hoping she would invite me in, but she just took the phone, bowed, and closed the door. In any case, that story is called Down. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And I certainly would welcome you checking out my book of short stories called Soloists, Stories of Introverts and Outsiders Facing a Dilemma. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.